less than 40. Using 0 as a placeholder and circle graphs. All right, so subtract 0.5 minus 0.32. Adding and subtracting, you got to line up the decimals, right? Not when you multiply, you don't have to do that. But when we add or subtract, we are going to subtract like this, okay? 0.5 minus 0.32. And so they're saying use 0 as a placeholder because I'm going to have to do this subtraction piece. So there's really a 0 here that you don't see. Okay, so I am going to borrow from the 5 and make it a 4. Okay, so now I have 10 minus 2, which is 8, and 4 minus 3, which is 1. Bring your decimal down, and there's still a 0 in front of that decimal. All right, so fill in all the zeros that you need for as many digits as the other number has. So they have the same number of digits, okay? Now, should I do 3 minus 0.4 like that? No, because the 3 actually has a decimal here that you don't see, right? It's a whole number, so the decimal just comes right after it. So I want to put the 3 right here, which means I need to fill in a 0 as a placeholder right there so I can subtract. Okay, so 3 is really 3.0. And then I'm going to borrow from the 3 and make it a 2. So I have 10. And 10 minus 4 is 6. And 2 minus 0 is 2. And this lovely decimal right here goes in the middle, stays in the same spot. All right, so I get 2.6. Okay, let's throw in a multiplication one just to remember. We do not have to line these up. However, these end up the same anyways because they have the same number of digits, but you're always going to put everything over to the right when you're multiplying decimals. And I'm just going to do 3 times 2 is 6. I really don't need to do the 0 here or a whole nother row of zeros, okay? I don't need to do those, but I have to move the decimal over. How many does this one count as? Everybody, good. 1. And how many spots does this one count as? 1. So I really need to move it 2 to the left. 1 and then 2, which means I need a placeholder here. And then we always put a 0 in front of the decimal as well. So I move the decimal 2 to the left because of the 2 spots that we started with. All right, use digits to write the decimal number 12 thousandths. 12 thousandths with a TH. All right. Brooks, what do you think?
0, wait, okay. So 0 point was supposed to be and 0, 12.
Good job. All right. This would be the number 12 thousandths. Because everybody, let's just review really quick. What spot is this? Tenths. What spot is this? Hundredths. What spot is this? Thousandths. So there has to be a 0 there so that I'm in the thousandths spot. Everybody good? Hey guys, there are supposed to be notes being taken. So I'll just wait for like the stuff everyone. Okay, so Brett collected information from his classmates about their pets. He displayed the information about the number of pets in a circle graph. All right, so we've got dogs 16, cats 8, birds 4, fish 4. Use the graph to answer the following questions. So the first one says, how many pets are represented? That's just total, all right? That's just total. So that means we're going to add 16 dogs plus 8 cats plus 4 birds plus 4 fish. And did you get the total, Macy?
32.
Is that 32, you guys? Okay, good job. Can do it. Good job. 32 pets. Okay. What fraction of the pets are birds? So who thinks they could write the fraction of the total pets that are birds? Sasha, what do you think?
I think it's going to be 8.
Okay, Alex, what do you think? Did you reduce it already? Tell me the non-reduced answer first. What do you think? There you go. Okay, it's 4 out of the total. There's 4 birds out of 32, but then we always reduce that So 4 goes into 4 once, and 4 goes into 32 8 times. So I'm going to reduce that to 1/8. All right, and then we have what percent of the pets are dogs. Let's start with the fraction, okay? So don't do this in your head because I know a lot of you can. But start with the fraction. Piper, what's the fraction? I like it. 16 over 32, which reduces Gavin to what? 1/2, which is 50% of the circle. Okay? All right, 1/2 is always 50%. Okay, the newspaper polled likely voters to survey support for a local bond measure on the November ballot. Display the data shown below with a circle graph, then compare the two graphs. So we have 1/3 who oppose and 2/3 who favor. Because it's in thirds, we would split our circle graph into thirds, okay? So draw a lovely circle in your notes, and you're going to make, like, that's loud noise out there, a peace sign, okay? Peace sign splits it into thirds. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, and then we need to show with one color 1/3. So this color red would be oppose. All right, and then I maybe just won't shade this color here. We'll make it non-color since you guys have pencils, right? So it's a little harder to do colors. All right, and this color would be the 2/3 that favor the local bond. Okay. You could also write in favor, and you could actually delete that and make it like look like this: 2/3, 1/3. It works either way though if you have that line. Okay. All right, let's try some.